Board of Adjustment meeting for October 1st, 2025. Pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes, Sections 38-431.02, notice is hereby given to the members of the Board of Adjustment and to the general public that at this meeting, the board may vote to go into executive session, which will not be open to the public, for legal advice and discussion with the city's attorneys for legal advice on any item listed on the following agenda pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes, Section 38-431.03A3. Next on the agenda is roll call. Roll call will be performed by the city.
Devin Kelly,
Present.
Jed Westover,
Present.
Gail Jackson,
Here.
John Jackson,
Present.
Joseph Jarvis,
Here.
CJ Lukey,
Present.
James Maloney. Thank you.
All righty, we have a quorum. Next on the agenda is the approval of the prior meeting minutes from our last meeting on April 23rd, 2025. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Move to approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
It is moved and seconded that the meeting minutes are approved. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we shall proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. The motion passes. The previous meeting minutes will be approved. Next on the agenda is public comment. At this time, any member of the public may address the board on any subject within their jurisdiction that is not scheduled before the board on that day. Due to open meeting laws, the board cannot discuss or act on items presented during this portion of the agenda. To address the board on an item that is on the agenda, please wait for the chair to call for public comment at the time the item is heard. Are there any public comments at this time? Hearing no public comment, we will continue to the next item on the agenda. And next on the agenda is public comment. A request from applicant David Carpenter on behalf of Flag Holdings LLC for a zoning code variance from a lot width requirements outlined in table 10-40.30.050.c industrial zones, building form and property development standards of the zoning code. The applicant seeks to reduce the required minimum lot width from 100 feet to 32 feet to allow the parcel to be split. The subject property is located at 495 South River Run Road and is zoned light industrial open.
Good morning. Oh, yeah, I think this is on. Good morning, Tiffany Antal, Zoning Code Manager. Today here to present to you this request for a variance. As previously stated, this is a variance request on the minimum lot width standard from 100 feet to 32 feet to allow the parcel to be split. The zoning code requires new lots, parcels in the light industrial open zone, and the open portion of this zoning district, just so you know, makes it so it allows more general commercial uses. So it's a mix of light industrial and commercial uses. So lots need to have a minimum lot width of 100 feet. That 100 feet is measured at the front setback line, which in this case would be 15 feet from the front property line. So here is the subject site. It is located on River Run Road. It is part of an industrial subdivision. So this was a subdivided lot. It is located at the end of the cul-de-sac, as is typical for most cul-de-sac lots. It has a narrow frontage, and then the parcels spreads out, widens quite dramatically as you move away from the front property line. This is the proposal to split. I know this green line here is quite light, but essentially the applicant would like to make a flag lot. So we do have a requirement in code that every new lot have frontage on either a public or a private street tract. So that is the whole point of connecting this long sort of flagpole out to that street frontage. The primary concern with and the requirement to the requirement for the 100-foot lot width is to ensure that each lot is actually developable. When this lot was originally set for, or when it went through planning for this first building, the original proposal included an additional building towards the back. So we know that this has already gone through at least an initial site planning review. So we know that in fact the lot could accommodate an additional building as proposed. So that building that you see towards the back is in alignment with what was originally proposed for the site. Physically, the actual user of the site will not see any differential. What this would allow essentially is for each parcel to be sold separately. Our primary concern in that regard would be that each lot be able to be served adequately with infrastructure. I have conferred with our development engineers, and that is at this point in time, it's feasible in order to provide service to the additional lot. So I just wanted to show you what the original subdivision plat looked like for the Rio de Flag Business Park. This is located, the main road is Butler. It's located off of Butler. It is not far away from Warner's Nursery. On the other side, you have a mixed-use development, and there's city-owned open space to the south. We love to put industrial zoning up against other residential use. It's funny. I just crack up. And other not so industrial uses, open space, for example. So this is that original subdivision plat. It was 10 lots. They're all very odd, awkward shaped lots. Many of them have since been split through land splits. At this point in time, the applicant will need to go through what's called a minor subdivision process. That's just what our current process is. So the standards for granting a variance, there are 4 findings. The first finding is that because of special circumstances applicable to the property, including its size, shape, topography, location, or surroundings, that the strict application of these regulations would deprive such property of privileges enjoyed by others. So certainly throughout the city, we do have flag lots. There are provisions in the residential zones to create alternative lot sizes and lot dimensions as long as they go through a subdivision plat. That provision, however, does not exist for commercial and industrial zone lots, which is a flaw in our zoning code. So we are very aware of the inflexibility. And in fact, many places, commercial and industrial lots are not even required to have frontage on public streets. That's what allows commercial pads to be sold off in shopping centers per se, which is pretty common in most municipalities. So our subdivision code needs a little wipe off of the cobwebs. So that's why we're here before you today is we're aware of some flaws in our code. We know that the only option we really had at this point to allow this particular lot design was a variance. So the size, like I said, the size of the subject property is sufficient. Again, because it's at the end of a cul-de-sac, as is typical for cul-de-sac lots, it has that narrow frontage, which is just limiting it. It's actually a very large lot. It has plenty of space in order to accommodate. And that is our primary concern, is that each new lot we create, we want to make sure that it is truly a developable lot. The granting of a variance will be subject to conditions to ensure that the adjustment authorized is the minimum variation needed. Basically, that flag is large enough to accommodate what needs to happen within that space for that lot. It is the largest that flag lot can be made in proximity to where the existing building is located. So it really is the minimum variation requested. And like I said, it's not really a grant of special privileges, as we has ways to achieve this. And in the past, we had ways to achieve this. We just don't currently to create flag lots. And then the special circumstances applicable to the property are not self-imposed. So the applicant did not create the subdivision. They purchased this property after the fact. So they did not design the original situation or that prohibited or caused this issue in terms of future splits of the parcel. I would note though that 5 or 6 of the original lots have all been split again in different shapes and configuration. In some instances, new roads were actually introduced into the subdivision to create even further splits. And lastly, the variance will not allow the establishment of a use which is not otherwise permitted in the zone. It will not. So some states issue use variances. This is just a reiteration that we do not. And would not result in the extension of a non-conforming use or structure, will not touch, there's nothing on the site that is currently a non-conforming use or structure. The required setbacks will be maintained for the existing building with the proposed lot split, and it would not change the terms of the zoning district at all. So with that, we did send out a notice of this public hearing, so all of the property owners within 300 feet were notified. I believe the applicant did more. He did a pre-notification and then did his official notification just to reach out to all of those owners, especially within the existing subdivision. We did post our legal notice in the Daily Sun, and as of today, we've not heard any comments or feedback on this variance request. So staff is recommending that the Board of Adjustment find that the criteria required for granting a variance has been met and approve the variance application with the subject conditions. And basically, it's just a reiteration of what our actual code requirements are for the splitting of a lot, sort of the process that they'll need to undertake. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them. The applicant is also here if you should have any questions. You don't have a presentation, right? Okay.
Let me try that again. I appreciate the creative way that the property owner wants to increase the density of their property. It is my perspective that we need more dense property uses in our community because of the variety of businesses that we want to create. I also appreciate that the intent of 100-foot lot size or width has been met, even if it's not being met right on the street access. I also respect that the owner did not originally develop the property. I do see some sense of that this is in some ways a little self-imposed because it is the property owner that's asking for it, but I'm very supportive of what they're asking. My only other comment is as I reviewed the application that the applicant thoroughly completed, I was perplexed by the amount of fee that was charged for the analysis that needed to be completed by the city. It seemed larger than I was anticipating. Those are the comments that I have, but I'm very supportive of what you're requesting.
All righty, thank you very much for your comments. Any other questions for the city staff?
No questions.
All righty. And did the applicant want to make any comments or have a presentation?
Good morning. My name is David Carpenter. I'm the owner of Hope Construction and Flag Holdings, the lot owner. I just wanted to thank you for your consideration this morning and thank Tiffany for putting this together. This has kind of been an on again, off again for about 5 years just to figure out a way that we could build our new headquarters, and hopefully we figure that out this morning. Thank you.
All righty, thank you very much. I'll just open it up to see if there's any public testimony for any public members here. I'm not hearing any. I think we'll just go straight to the discussion in motion. Is there a motion to approve the proposed variance for a 32-foot minimum lot width in accordance with the findings presented in the staff summary, subject to the conditions?
Can I say, I move according to your statement, or do I need to restate the entire amount.
You don't have to restate the entire.
I would like to move as presented by the chairperson.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
It is moved and seconded that the proposed variance is approved. Is there any discussion?
If I may add, again, I appreciate the creative plan that was put together, and I really appreciate the thorough review that staff put together and presented the background information. They answered all the questions that I had in addition to their comments that they presented today. That way, I didn't have any questions because they were able to answer them before I even asked them.
Sounds good to me. And we shall proceed to the vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. The motion passes. The proposed variance is approved. Next on the agenda is informational items to and from the board members and staff and future agenda item requests. Are there any items from city staff?
I am not aware of any future agenda items requests, as always, where we meet so infrequently, and I have no real information to or from. Just thank you so much all for being here. It's so great to have a robust board again. So very much appreciate your time.
Agreed. I like the having more people here. It's great. All righty. Well, thank you very much. And the Board of Adjustment meeting is now adjourned.